Let's go ahead and jump right into this dope discussion. So, it's no secret that I am married happily to a wonderful Black man. And my husband, he actually loves to like read. Like, he makes it a duty of his every day to make sure that he is reading. As a matter of fact, yesterday, he told me that he had a few books that he wanted to finish up. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna just, go out with my cousin at the, hang out at the pool and go out to lunch or whatever, and just let my man read and finish his books. And yesterday he told me that he was reading a book that was talking about Black men and depression. And this is something that a lot of the times gets downplayed or swept under the rug or pretended as though it does not exist. And I said, okay, he's reading this book. I wonder, what he's learning from this book. And, so I told my husband later on that day, like, what what have you learned from the book? Can you share with me what you've learned from the book? And he was like, well, it's not necessarily that I'm learning anything, it's more so of how I feel. And that was very major to me because a lot of the times, especially dealing with Black men, they don't really make it a huge duty to express their feelings or how something made them feel. And so for me, that was major. And I wanted my husband to be able to express his feelings with me um regarding what he had read. And so I was like, okay, that's even better. Like it's even better for you to not just go around or regurgitating what you've read, but actually telling me how something made you feel. And so once he read his books and everything for the day, and I came back in, and we were able to talk, he expressed to me a lot of the information that he came across in the book. And he also started to divulge a lot of the personal things that he's dealing with in his own personal life, dealing with his family. And he went on into talking about his father and how his father, probably has to deal with a lot but kind of holds it in. And that contributes to a lot of Black men, especially in America, having a lot of emotional baggage that you guys are just taught to deal with. Suck it up, deal with it, and just make the best out of it. You're a man, toughen up, be strong, be brave. Because anything outside of that, a lot of the times, is classified as weak, right? Especially when it comes to Black men have any kind of gripe with something or any kind of complaint, or just have any kind of emotion towards anything outside of anger, is classified as him, being bitch made, or being somebody that is too sensitive and you're in your feelings. And so often we're kind of programmed to view Black men in particularly like robots and machines that don't have feelings, that don't go through things, that don't feel, that have no emotion. And you guys do. And I was so grateful that my husband was able to be vulnerable with me, because so many Black men, so many of you guys out there that are Black men in relationships, even you guys even have a hard or difficult time being able to talk about how you feel with your woman. And so I thought that was very brave and beautiful of my husband to be able to tell me how he's feeling. And my husband went on to talk to me for a good hour and a half about depression and bottling things up and having to witness certain things, and you can't really say anything about it, and just having to deal with a lot of, again, the trauma, the drama, the pain, the anger. You just got to bottle it up. And A lot of the times you guys are taught that that's what a man is. And nobody really takes the time out to ask you guys, what are you going through? I'm gonna be honest, y'all. A lot of us don't give a fuck about Black men. Society does not give a fuck about Black men, about how you guys feel, what you go through, how things affect you. And my husband, being the amazing man that he is, not only with, sharing information with me based upon what he's reading, but he's also somebody that does not mind expressing himself online, because again, a lot of Black men really don't get the opportunity to be able to share their thoughts or their feelings and emotions. And so my husband, again, being brave and beautiful as he is, he doesn't mind um vocalizing certain things that maybe he's going through as a Black man, because again, he could be an example. It's probably so many other Black men out there feeling the same ways, but maybe they don't know how to articulate it, or they don't feel comfortable enough or vulnerable enough in order to go ahead and put things out there into the open. And so my husband, he made a post, and this is what he said on the post. And I believe that it was inspired by what he was reading. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. Y'all give us 215 likes. Thank you guys so much for pulling up with us. Here it is. So my husband yesterday, he made this post, right? And it says, I just want to tell some of my sisters that, yes, we understand that y'all go through a lot and it's hard being a woman. But a lot of us men are suffering in complete silence. A lot of y'all don't know the half, and we've been trained to keep it that way. And that's the unfortunate part. So my husband, first things first, is acknowledging the fact that, he understands that Black women, okay, because when we say sisters, we're talking about Black women. We understand that Black women go through a lot of things and life may be difficult for you guys. However, a lot of us Black men, we have to go through life suffering in silence, and we're programmed, we're taught that you're supposed to operate this way as a man. And in so many words, he's saying like that's unfortunate and that's unhealthy. And, just trying to, again, express himself as a Black man to let the sisters know, let us know that, hey, we are going through a lot as well. And because we're not made, because, let me say it like this, because we are trained to not vocalize our pain, our frustrations, our sadness, you guys may not understand the extent of our pain, our suffering, and our sadness. And so, yeah, we get that you guys are going through a lot, but so are we. And I want you guys to know that we're going through things as well. That's all my husband was trying to articulate and say. It's like, look, sisters, Black men, we go through a lot of shit too. We're just trying to shut the fuck up and take it. That's what my husband was saying. And it's a sad shame that Black men cannot even come online and say that, while still acknowledging the fact that, hey, we understand you're going through this too. You go through things as well. Black men cannot even fucking come online and say that, while still acknowledging your struggle, without y'all coming back with shit like this. So this was somebody that shared my husband's post, right? And she went on to say, why do men think women don't hold in their feelings as well? I'm always afraid to complain. I don't want to look like I'm ungrateful or like I'm a bad mom if I had a tough time making my son understand some things. People are people, men and women. We should just be transparent with each other. And this pissed me off and irritated me, because even within my husband's post, he already fucking acknowledged that. Then, as you can also see, one of my husband's friends actually shared this post. And as you guys can see under the comment there, it says, get some therapy. And we're very big on being able to pick up on energy, right? I believe that comment that sister wrote under that shared post of my husband's post was very condescending, very sarcastic, like very dismissive. Get some therapy. And then we wonder why we have certain spaces, certain sectors of Black men coming together, banding together, expressing themselves in ways that may come off hostile, angry, bitter, mad. Because look at what the fuck we do when they just try to tell you, sis, I'm going through a lot too. I'm hurting too. But I can't say that. Black men can't even say I'm hurting too without us making it all about us. Not a Black man coming through saying, yeah, y'all don't go through shit. Black men, we go through more than y'all. He didn't even say that. He didn't even do that. He said, we understand you go through this, but I just want to let y'all know we're going through this too. But we just can't say it like y'all can say it. We can't say it with our chest like y'all can. That's all he said. And to be honest, he didn't even really say that. He didn't even make the comparison of like, we can't do things like y'all can do it. It was just like, we go through a lot of shit too, but we're just taught not to say anything. So he didn't even downplay or diminish our struggle. But this is what we do every time. And then again, y'all wonder why you got Black men coming together, banding together, hostile, angry, upset, because when I try to tell you how I'm fucking feeling, you downplay it and you make it all about you again. Do y'all know, as a Black woman married to a Black man, beautiful Black man, I'm sitting there last night listening to my husband express himself for an hour and a half. And my husband doesn't know this, but I'm looking at him as he's talking. And like he's just going off. So I'm laying in the bed. He's sitting on the ledge of the bed. We got a big ass, huge bed, and it has like a little seating going around it. So he's sitting on the seating of the bed, and I'm laying in the middle. And I'm just looking at him, and he's like, he's not facing me, but I'm laying on my side looking at him, and he's talking, and he's expressing himself, and he's like looking ahead, just like talking, like, we go through this and we go through that, and we're like so much stuff we got to bottle up and we got to hold in, and there's so much passion. And like I said, my husband doesn't know this, but I'm looking at him, and it was so much hurt and pain in his eyes. And although, he's talking and it's coming off as like, I'm tired, you know what I mean? And I'm fed up with this shit. And, it's unfair. And, it's so much that we go through. And again, it's coming off as it's like hostile. I'm allowing him to do that. He need get that out. Tell me, talk to me. But I'm looking at his eyes and there's so much pain in it. It's so much pain behind that passion. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, damn, I wonder how many other Black men, young black men, old black men, middle, it doesn't matter. Me and my husband are 31. He'll be 32 in November. I'm thinking to myself, wondering, like, damn, I wonder how many other black men feel this, have this amount of passion and pain, but maybe nobody's sitting down listening to them. You know what I mean? And more specifically, how many black women are not sitting down listening to them? How many black men are married to black women and they can't sit the fuck down with their woman for an hour and a half and just pour out their fucking heart without the woman intervening and interjecting every fucking 5 minutes, like, oh yeah, but what about us and what women we go through? I let that man talk. How many black men don't get that luxury? My husband is in a marriage to where he can get that off. He can do shit like that, and it's still pain in his eyes. He can talk to me. My husband can be vulnerable with me. Whatever he's going through, whatever he's feeling, he don't have to bottle shit up. Not when it comes to me. So if he is feeling that way still, I can only imagine how much pain and hurt black men are going through. And then on top of that, you are just getting bombarded from all over the place. People on social media, in the real world, at work. Everybody's downplaying, diminishing your value, your struggle, your life, your existence. How painful. It saddens. It saddens me. My husband growing up, he has expressed to me that he was taught not to cry, not to really show too much, sensitive emotion, and that men just put their head down, they work. They make do, they deal with it. And I don't believe that this was done maliciously at all. My husband's parents are amazing. I love them to the moon and back. More respect for them than probably anybody I know. It's up there. So I don't think that this was done. I know it wasn't done maliciously to just like shut up and deal with it. But that is a lot of the culture. That's our culture as Black people. My husband comes from a two-parent household, I should say. Strong Black father, great Black mother. However, and I don't want to divulge too much of, people's information, but just to give context to the conversation. My husband's father, he had to be the man of the house early because his father had passed away when he was very young. And so him being pretty much the only man in the house, like he had to take on a lot of responsibility, and all he had was sisters. And they had a lot of, like, my husband's father had a lot of siblings. And so he was like pretty much the only man in the house at the time. And so a lot of the things, like growing up, my father-in-law, he just had, he was taught and embedded into him, like, okay, men, just shut up, put up, do what you got to do from a very young age. And then you carry that into your adulthood, and then you have sons of your own, you're going to teach them the same thing. You're going to teach them, hey, just deal with it. Shut up. Be a man. You work. You take care of your family. You don't express what you're going through. You don't express, like, We don't got time. We got mouths to feed, bills to pay. We don't got time to complain. And so a lot of that shit, my husband has adopted. Like, yeah, like a lot. Like when if my husband was going through anything, he shut up and deal with it. And it can be frustrating for me as a wife sometimes because I'm like, love, you can talk to me about that. But him being so used to not being able to, like, he really shuts down in that way. And again, so many of you Black men were also raised that same way, to where it's like, look, we don't got time to complain. We got mouths to feed, bills to pay. My husband can be in like physical pain and he gonna muscle through it. Like that's how he was raised. And so many of the Black men of today are raised that same exact way. And I want y'all to know, as strong as you are, and as much as I respect that, I respect the fact that you guys are able to muscle through a lot of bullshit, a lot of pain, and make it beautiful. I want you guys to know that that's extremely fucking unhealthy. It's so unhealthy, y'all. And y'all are slowly but surely killing yourselves doing that. And I want you guys to get in the habit of not giving a damn about who's not listening or who doesn't care. Like, express yourself. I want you guys to get to a point to where you don't give a fuck about people viewing you like you're weak or you're soft because you have feelings or you feel a way. You have emotions. I want you guys to get to that point, because bottling that shit in, just trying to muscle through it, it's so unhealthy. And the bigger element to this, which is why I feel like it's important for me as a Black woman to have this dope discussion, is the fact that I want Black women to shut the fuck up and get out of your way. Let you guys express how you feel, what you go through, without all of these constant rebuttals and interjections. Like, I want us to shut up. And allow. Shut up and allow. I want Black women to get the fuck out of your way when it comes to you being a human being. That's what I want. I'm starting at home. See, that's something else that my amazing, beautiful Black man taught me. He taught me to start at home. You can't go out telling anybody else to do anything that you're not doing. So everything that I say on my platform, I do. Everything that I say on my platform, I am. I'm not on here trying to teach you guys how to be in successful relationships and marriages, and I'm not in one. I'm not out here telling you guys to be submissive, and I'm not. I'm not out here telling you guys to listen to your man, and I don't. No, I practice this shit. My husband taught me that. Start at home. So I do what I do to make a wave. And I usually don't even share things. Like, I just do it. I just do what I know I need to do. But more and more, I'm being encouraged to share that. Let people see that this is possible. Let people see that you do this and that they can do that shit too. And so I am. I want us to shut the fuck up and stop making everything about us. Black woman, do y'all know y'all are killing y'all husbands? You're killing your man. You're killing your son. You're killing your father. You're killing your uncle, your brother, your cousin. You're killing them because you're always diminishing, downplaying what they're going through, muffling, silencing their voices, their struggles, and making it all about you once and fucking again. So I'm starting at home, like I've always done. I just never really put it out there, you know? First of all, my husband is extremely private, if you guys did not know. Um, but you know, he gave me the green light. So my husband is the one who told me to talk about this. I actually wanted him to come on and talk about it with me, but y'all know he's a working businessman, so he's hardly ever at home. He's in and out. So here I am. And then, like I said, what makes it so crazy, you guys, is the fact that we get upset, we get angry when you have Black men banding together in certain sectors on YouTube, Clubhouse, Twitter, whatever, voicing their frustrations. Mad, angry, hostile. We get mad. It's like we created this. And let me tell y'all something. We can hit 600. Y'all like the video, and I appreciate y'all. I'll pull up y'all donation in a second. Thank you guys so much. My husband is one of the most logical, fair, and balanced Black men out there. He's going to be real. He may be a little bit raw, but he's going to be extremely fair, balanced. He's never going to hold a woman accountable and then not the man. He's never going to hold a man accountable and then not the woman. My husband is the most fair and balanced man I know. The most fair and balanced Black man I know, period. I would die on that hill. I would lay my life on the line with that statement. Danica, do you believe that your husband? Yes. Are you sure? Because if you're lying, I'm going to cut your throat. Yes. And even he could not have a voice without a bunch of Black females coming down his throat. My husband sent me those screenshots. He was like, I don't even understand why they are saying it. Like, why are they going against what I said? Like, I already acknowledged them. I acknowledge the fact that Black women go through shit too. Like, why? It's not even a reason for them to come back saying that, saying what I've already stated. And I said, my love, unfortunately, that's the state of a lot of quote unquote sisters of today. Y'all can't have no fucking voice. We don't care about how fair and balanced you're trying to be. We don't care about how politically correct you try to come off. Nigga, you don't have a problem without me. My problem is bigger than yours. And if you do have a problem, make sure you include my shit in there. And my husband already, he even did that. And yet still, a man has to essentially shut the fuck up. So if my husband, being a fair and balanced Black man, cannot even do, can y'all imagine the monsters y'all are creating? No wonder you have these groups of Black men talking cash money shit about Black women all day, every day. This is not something that happened overnight. This is years of silencing. This is years of, yeah, but what about me? To the point to where it's like, you know what? Fuck these bitches. Yeah, black bitches are this. We created this. Because we don't know how to shut the fuck up and allow our men. Period. Shut the fuck up and allow your man to lead. Shut the fuck up and allow your man to talk. Shut the fuck up and allow your man to be a man. We don't know how to just shut the fuck up and allow. We don't. This is years of, okay, baby, I'm trying to talk to you, but you're not listening to me. Okay, baby, I'm trying to work with you, but you're not trying to work with me. Okay, baby, but that's years of that. Now it's black bitches ain't shit. Now it's that. Y'all making it seem like this just came out the blue and black men are just attacking us and they hate black women and but they mama black and but they daughters, and I just don't understand how they can have all of this animosity and hatred towards black women. Because for years I've been coming to you with love, looking for understanding, trying to voice what I'm going through, how I feel. I've been there, I've done that. I've been trying to work with you. I've been trying to express myself to you. I've been trying to love you. Every time you said it wasn't good enough, my problem wasn't big enough, and what about you? Now, black men are coming through blazing. And what's real crazy, y'all, is y'all don't understand that shit is from pain, hurt, suppression, depression. Because they have to shut the fuck up and deal with it. Your problem is not bigger than mine. But what's crazy is black women, we can have our own struggles and not mention the black man's struggle at all, not once. It's so bad to where black women today, black females today, because black women, we don't do this shit, but we are not in the abundance, sis. If you are a black woman, I'm not talking to you, but I want you to know we're not the ones that are the big fish, right? It's so bad that you have black females today separating themselves from the black collective, the black community. We view I can't say we because I ain't with y'all. We have black females out here that have made it their duty to branch apart and branch away from black people. We think that we are our own group. It's that bad. Why is you are part of the black community, right? Like that thing with Ice Cube a few years ago. Yeah, but Cube, what are you gonna do for black women? Ice Cube was like, bitch, aren't you a part of the black community? What you mean? What I'm gonna do for black? I said I want to do this for black people. That means black women. That means black men. That means black children. That means black pit bull family dogs. And I'm just being silly, y'all. But like, what the fuck? Yeah, but what about black women though? It's that bad to where we will separate ourselves from the group. Because black women, we have our own struggles. But can black men do that same shit? Can black men, honestly, I want y'all to answer this honestly. Can black men separate themselves from the group and say, you know, what if Ice Cube would have said, you know what? I want to do this for the black community, for black people. But when it comes to black men, I'm going to do this for them. Do y'all know the amount of backlash that would have resulted from that? Oh, so are you trying to place the black man above the black community? Why are you trying to separate yourself from the group? That's what went down if Ice Cube would have did that. But here we are as black female, like, okay, but yeah, black family, black family schmamly, whatever. What about black women? Black people people. But what about black women? We do that type of shit unconsciously. Didn't even know that was a fucking problem that she even did that. But that is the mind state of a lot of black women today. To where it's like, damn, black women they really do feel like they are above and beyond. They feel like they matter more than black people. Children and fucking included. And y'all wonder why black men are depressed? Y'all don't give a fuck. Y'all don't care. We don't fucking care. We don't care about black men. We don't. We show that every day, day in and day out. We don't give a fuck about their feelings, what they're going through, their struggles. It's all about us. And don't you ever complain with your weak ass. That's how we treat black men, and we wonder why they depressed. A lot of y'all don't even fucking know these black men are depressed. You don't give a fuck. All you see is anger. All you see is bitterness. All you see is hatred. That's depression, sis. Depression from suppression. Not being able to express yourself. Depression from lack of expression. You got black men smoking every day. Black men drinking every day. Black men fucking every day. Y'all think that, and when I say fuck, I'm talking about different women. Hell, it's even unhealthy to have sex every day with one woman. But they're looking for these outlets. They're looking for these escapes, whether that be through, again, a high, whether that be sexually or otherwise. Because I can't talk. Nobody gives a fuck. Maybe other black men care, but hey, we're just preaching to the choir. We're just complaining to the choir. We need to branch out. Other people need to understand this shit so changes can be made. We can hit 800, y'all. I appreciate y'all. My husband had brought this up yesterday during our conversation, just allowing him to really talk and express himself. He was like, a lot of black men, we're going through a lot. Like, a lot of us are depressed and we're looking for like escapes and outlets in order to, really get away from reality or get away from what we're feeling. And, you even have women out here trying to condemn brothers for playing video games, saying shit like, oh, well, I can't be with no little boy ass man want to play video games and shit. We grown as fuck. This, that, and the third. And he was like, do these sisters not understand that maybe that man wants to play video games every day, all day because he's fucking depressed? And that video game gives him some kind of rush or release or some kind of escape from reality? And my husband was like, he can be doing a lot worse. But y'all want to come out here and condemn the man for even playing a fucking video game. And my husband's not co-signing being a couch potato and playing video games all day, every day, and not even making no money off of it. He's not co-signing that, but he was expressing that to just showcase how many black men may be going through things. And because They're not able to express it. You know, they do it in ways to where they're practicing excessive activities. You know what I mean? They're overindulging in certain activities, and we overlook it like, oh, he just lazy, and oh, he just a couch potato, and he a bum. He just want to play video games and shit all day. And we're not peeling back the layers. Like, you know what? I wonder why. I wonder why he wants to play the damn video game all day. Or I wonder why he wants to smoke and drink every day. I wonder why he wants to have sex with a whole bunch of different women. And he got all these damn baby mamas and shit running. I wonder why. We never asked that. We're just like, oh, what the fuck are you doing, you lazy ass, bum ass nigga? Can't control your dick and shit. You always want to fuck these different bitches and shit. I bet if you peel back those layers, you'll see a damaged little boy. All you want to do is get high and drink and shit every day, all day. Bum ass nigga. Why the fuck? I bet if you explored that, you'll see that's a damaged little boy in the inside that never got a chance to express himself. So he said, fuck it. Roll it up. Pour it up. Throw that ass back. Get out the controller. We're so quick to diminish our Black men without ever asking why and how do you feel and what can I do? Let a Black woman be out here in the streets. We gonna chalk it up to, oh, she must have been touched as a child. She must be really suffering and going through a lot for her to be out here in the streets like that with all these different dudes every damn day. We peel back the layers when it comes to us. Oh, girl, she stay drinking and smoking every day. She must be really hurt. She must be really hurting inside. Oh, we peel back the layers then. We don't say, oh, she just a lazy drunk. She's just a holdout stupid bitch. We don't do that. Peel back all those damn layers. We get to the bottom of it. But Black men, oh yeah, he's just a lazy, conquered ass nigga. Broke, dusty ass nigga. Tell me when I'm lying now. Shut the fuck up. Then we wonder why, once again, Black men come out blazing. Can you imagine your whole life, generations of being told to shut the fuck up and deal with it? And then you get to a point to where you are trying to express yourself to your women and they're like, get over it, get therapy. We go through shit too. Black men are depressed and nobody gives a fuck. I know Black men may look strong. They may not show a lot of emotion as it pertains to being hurt, sad. But they are human beings too. And so many of us, we just don't fucking care. We don't even view Black men as humans. They're just workhorses. They're just fetishes. Something to fuck. Something to use. You're just tools, right? That's the handy dandy word. Black men are just tools for society to use up and discard of. Whether it be for your work, your penis, money, resources, oh, whatever. Your bronze, oh, we'll use that. But we do not view Black men as human. And they are the most fucking depressed, and nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares but other Black men. Hold on, y'all. And y'all wonder why Black men going the fuck off. It's like, yeah, we finally got a voice. And that voice still is misunderstood. This shit is pain. Y'all think it's hatred. Y'all jealous of Black women. Y'all hate Black women. Bitch, I'm in pain. I just can't say that shit. Because when I do, I'm soft. I'm weak. Thank you, Narayan. You always get a chance to say what you're feeling and what you're going through. You always get a chance to say your struggle. And nobody interjects. Nobody says, yeah, but me. Nobody. Nobody. If anything, everybody empathizes and sympathizes and wants to give you free shit. They want to assist you. They want to help you. Black men's like, tough cookies, nigga. Get over it. Get therapy. So unhealthy. And thank you so much, Narayan. We can hit 900. Y'all like the video. Thank you, Miss Gail. She says, that always bothered me when young men would commit suicide. Ooh. They interview the parents, then they say, we had no idea. Like, you ignored your child. You can see someone dying inside if you pay attention. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. But nobody, here's the thing, Gail, nobody gives a fuck to pay attention to those subtleties. We don't even care. It's like, oh, you can get over it. Yeah, man. He just very dismissive. Very dismissive. You got Black men left and right, just like, I can't take this shit. Nobody give a fuck about me anyway. Why am I even still here? Why do I even fucking try? Can we go here with the conversation, Gail? And again, this is not to excuse any of these behaviors, but again, to peel back a layer to get to the why, so that again we can learn, we can evolve, we can grow, we can help. So many of us Black women are so quick to say these Black men are just bums. They don't want to do shit with their life. They don't want to do anything. They don't want to build nothing. They don't want to. But do we ever stop and think about the fact that maybe he's depressed as fuck and he has no motivation because of that? Maybe because, his whole life he was told he wasn't shit, and, Black men ain't good for nothing but fucking, maybe all of that was internalized to where he's like, what's the point? What is the point in going to school or, getting an education or going to trade or learn to trade? What's the point in going out here trying to make all this money and be accomplished and be successful? Like, nobody don't give a fuck anyway. Are we not thinking about the type of information that may have been internalized, the wrong information that may have been internalized by these Black men that contribute to them not wanting to pursue anything or do anything with their lives? Do y'all know how many times Black men may have heard, nigga, all you gonna do is end up in jail anyway? Nigga, all you gonna do is end up on child support anyway. Nigga, all you gonna do is end up dead anyway. Nigga, nobody give a fuck about. They don't give a fuck about black men, nigga. That's why we just get high, fuck these bitches, stay black and die. Fuck all that. They don't give a fuck about us. To where you don't even care to strive for anything. It's like, why? Then on top of that, what about this? What about the men who know the odds are set up against them? And they are doing their damnedest to go against that, to counter that. And they're still getting blocked. See, me, as a black woman married to a black man, I was able to witness that shit up close and personal. That shit was devastating. Can I give y'all a little story? Y'all like the video? Again, y'all, we can hit this 890 is not gonna work for me. We can definitely hit 900. We can definitely do that. This is important information. Let me be one of the very few black women who will acknowledge this fact. I am married to one of those stand up black men in society. He's a stand up citizen. My husband has never drank, never smoked. My husband's never been to jail. My husband went to college from a university. Okay? Was it St. Ambrose? One of them damn universities in Iowa. You know, all white kids. Graduated at the top of his class with 2 degrees. I think it was business management and maybe marketing. I don't know, y'all. He had 2 damn degrees. Graduated at the top of his damn class. Got out of school. Okay? And again, he went to college on scholarships and shit. Like, got out of school. And you would think, there we go, y'all, 900. You would think, oh yeah, it's gonna be a breeze. He's gonna land him a good paying job. His resume is A1, never been to jail, nothing. That is my husband. My husband is the epitome of what y'all tell black men to be. That's him. He ain't cutting his hair though. He ain't gonna ever do no. My husband. The thing about my husband is he gonna be my husband. Okay, he's gonna be himself. He ain't changing for nobody, right? But you would think, oh yeah, it's gonna be a piece of cake. This man got out of school, was applying for all of these jobs, getting turned down before he, didn't even get a chance to get the damn interview. Look. Then when he was letting the interviews, blocked. No. And y'all, let me tell y'all this also. As a wife that is a licensed cosmetologist and with a husband with hair down to the crack of his damn ass, I was up for hours like, okay, my love, you already know when you go into this interview, we're going to have to get this together. So we know the game. Especially when we play the little corporate games. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to get this together. We're gonna have to retwist your hair, get you nice and trimmed up, put your hair in some kind of bun, something. Okay. My husband ain't never liked no damn buns though. So he just let me put it in a ponytail. But nonetheless, we got him clean, right? We got him clean. Y'all know how Eric is. He like to be rough and rowdy. I said, no, my love, you're not going to no damn interview like that. Okay. You're not going to be like, so I'm trimming them up, retwisting them nice, give them a nice professional, slick back, lock ponytail, got his suit and tie and shit on, dressed to impress. Resume A1. Blocked. Then when he was getting hired, he would reach a ceiling, a cap. And I believe it's because, we can go into all different nuances and everything, but I believe in my divine intuition that they were threatened at the fact that my husband had all of these different credentials working for him. So he was more qualified for certain positions than others that had the position. And he got to a point because he ended up getting into the baking field. Started off as a teller, and then he moved up to be, something of a assistant manager at the bank. And he was looking to go up to the next level to have his own branch. And I'm telling y'all, he's outperforming everybody. Everybody. People were coming, it was supposed to be one of those dead end, hood banks that the branch that he was at, and he was turning that shit around to where, the customers wanted to come in, they would come in just to talk to him. It was a real chill vibe, great customer service, because my husband's not gonna put on the front. He's gonna be real, gonna be relaxed, gonna be himself, and that makes people comfortable when they feel like you're authentic, right? And so he was really. They was liking that. And what they were trying to do was they were trying to give my husband a bunch of the manager, the branch manager roles without giving him the title or the pay bump. And so it was look, Eric, we know that you know how to do this really well. And, I know the branch manager, they're not really good at this. So we want you to step in and do this, that, and the third. And my husband, again, we know how to play the game. So it's okay, I'll do this for a while, but I want you guys to know, I'm looking to, move head on up. And so my husband, he would take on certain duties and stuff just to learn the ropes to the point where he would get real fluid in it. And now I'm able to do this by myself. I think I deserve to, be promoted, have my own branch. I mean, I'm doing everything anyway, And they were like, no. And I believe it's because they were threatened. Again, he had all of the credentials that these other people who had the position did not have. I'm not going to promote him. He may even start to hire more Black people. Y'all know my husband, Black centered as a motherfucker, okay? So, he's going to be wanting to hire more Black people, putting them on. No, we can't have these motherfuckers coming here taking over. So even when you try to do things the right way, quote unquote, and you try to play the fucking game and all of that, Black men are still being capped off then. They hit a ceiling then. I'm like, my love, they got you doing all of that and they're not trying to pay you more? And it was nah. But that forced my husband to then want to go out and do his own thing. So it ended up being a blessing in disguise. But how many Black men are not motivated like that to where I don't want to open my own business, right? I don't want to be my own boss. I do want to work in a corporation. I do want to work within corporate America. I'm just as qualified as this white dude, as this white woman. My husband was working underneath, I believe it was a white woman, and she didn't know what the fuck she was doing. And he was doing everything for her. He was the one keeping the bank flowing and growing, thriving, surviving. And you know what's crazy? Once he left, they ended up shutting down the bank. Ain't that some crazy shit? I don't think that that's, a coincidence, but hey. What about the Black men who bust their asses off, work their asses off to reach a certain level, and they're like, no, access denied, nigga. Fuck you thought this was? We're giving this to Cindy. Cindy only has a high school diploma. You went to college, you got your degrees, you never been to jail, you've learned different programs, all kind of things. You went to certain training, got certain licensing. certificates, all kind of things, certifications. And it's like, no, we're giving it to Cindy. What about the black men who really, really played the game? Because my husband, he ain't gonna really play the game like that. Like he only gonna go so far. And when he feel like he's starting to sell himself out, he out. But other black men, they ready to play the game. So where it's like, okay, they want me to cut my hair, I'll cut my hair. Okay, they want me to, change the way I speak, I'll change the way I speak. I'll put on a Billy old Bobo Powell voice. How you doing today? How you doing today, sir? I'll do that. By golly. Black men out here ready and want to do that. And they're doing that. And they're still hitting that ceiling. It's like, nigga, I cut my hair off of this shit. Yeah, I think that's not factoring into them being depressed, angry, knowing damn well you're overqualified. And they're like, no. I mean, you played the game to the T, to the point to where you sold your soul and you still denied. Y'all think that doesn't factor into black men being depressed? Then on top of that, you got a family to feed. And it's like, I know damn well I should be making more money. But I can't. Not within these realms, not within the confines of this. But hell, I don't want to start my own business. That's hard. That's scary. I would rather work under, again, a corporation, a already made, built business, and work my way up within that. And black men cannot even fucking do that. And y'all wonder why they fucking depressed. Then they got to come home and deal with us. If they are so lucky, right? You not doing this, and no, I'm not doing that, and hell no, I'm tired, and no, I ain't doing that. So not only do I have to go out into this fucking world and battle that, but I gotta come home and battle my woman too. And y'all wonder why black men are depressed, and nobody gives a fuck. Because black men wear that shit really well. Until they don't. Until they start going off. Harming people. Harming themselves. Fucking shit up. Now it's like, oh my God, I don't know what happened. Why are they so angry? Why are they like this? Why are they so violent? Why are they so loud? Why are they so aggressive? They're in fucking pain. And nobody gives a fuck. They're not human. They're merely tools to be used and discarded of. And their women don't even give a fuck. How sad. Y'all give us 1,006 likes. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Like if I have to be the voice to spark a change, I'll be that. I'll be that. Like I said, this shit is not just cute talking points for me. I have to live with a man, a black man. What he's going through, I go through. Y'all think that wasn't affecting me as a black woman? Knowing that my man is overqualified, well qualified for whatever he wants to do. My husband is brilliant. My husband can do anything. I mean that. And make it brilliant. Make it beautiful. Make it better than what it ever could have been. Would have been. Should have been. My husband is that. So can you imagine how that made me feel? When they're denying such a brilliant man that I know is more than capable. So when I'm speaking with such conviction and passion, that's because I've lived this shit out. I'm up close and personal with this shit. This shit is personal for me. When I'm looking at my husband and I'm seeing all the passion and the pain behind his eyes, and I've never once, out of the whole 10 years that I've been with my husband, I've never once seen this man cry. Not even a Not even a welter of tears, nothing. I've never seen this man cry, shed a tear, eyes water, never. And even with that, I still feel and see the pain in him of the shit that he's been through or had to go through, still going through. And on the outside looking in, it's like, oh, well, I don't know why he would be going through anything. He came from a two-parent household. He got this. He had a family that was supportive, and he got a good woman and all of that. That don't mean shit. It's so many black men out here that seemingly have it all, but internally fucked up because they were never allowed to express themselves. Because of shit like, well, I don't understand why you complaining, and I don't understand why you sad, and why you be upset. You got everything, got everything. It's so many men, black men, muffled in silence because of that shit. Not understanding that it goes deeper than that. You can seemingly have everything and have nothing still. With no disrespect to the people in your life. It's like, yeah, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I respect y'all. I thank y'all. But I got some internal work that I need to work on myself, that I'm going through on myself. From childhood, who knows? Who knows the amount of psychological damage, emotional trauma, and damage that black men have to go through? And again, they can seemingly have it all. But how much suppression did they do in the process? How many things have they just blocked out and dealt with to the point to where they forgot about it and don't even know why they're angry, don't even know why they're sad? Because they just had to block it out. I'm like, you know what? No, it ain't that big of a deal. I just suppress that shit so I forget about it. But those feelings are still there. So if I have to be the voice, if I have to be the black woman that comes through saying this type of shit for us to do something differently, I will. I'll be the pick me, male identified pandering bitch. I'll be that. As long as I don't get to see that pain in my husband's eyes that I saw last night. I want black men like my husband to be able to express themselves without a bunch of bitches coming through saying, shut the fuck up and get therapy. Denying them their truths, their traumas, their pain, their struggles. Without a bunch of bitches coming through saying, oh, but we go through this. I want black men to be able to do that because I have to live with a black man. And what affects him affects me. And I feel it in my heart of hearts and in my gut, I'm going to have sons. And I'll be damned if my sons cannot express themselves. Thank you, Jay. He says, and the same women who have male children cry when their child offs themselves because of depression. I was just talking about that. I didn't even read that. I'm telling y'all, I'll be damned. No, I'm going to normalize black men being able to express their emotions, their feelings, without somebody saying, oh, you soft or you weak. Get over it. A real man will deal with it. Yeah, but y'all, look, y'all give us 1,043 likes. Daniel says, hello, Danica. I'm 23 and just started watching you a few days ago. Thanks for your honesty. If more black women was like you, I wouldn't even think about dating outside my race. Damn. You know what, Daniel? But that's why I do what I do. I want to encourage more Black women to be able to stand up. You know what I'm saying? Because again, maybe you don't have a husband, but maybe you have a son. Maybe you have a brother. Do you want them to be out here suppressing how they feel and what they're going through? Killing themselves slowly but surely? Getting cancers, getting high blood pressure, getting all these different ailments and diseases. Do you want that for them? Because I'm telling y'all, pretending like Black men are not humans, that's exactly what we're doing. Not giving a fuck about what they're going through. That's exactly what we're doing. Thank you, Mikhail. Those females have completely abandoned Black children and men. They aren't self-aware at all. At all. And it's such a crying shame, y'all. Thank you, CBP Film. He says, I try to be fair, but there is no being fair. I'm Christopher Porter on Facebook and just giving sisters the truth. And I'm told I hate Black women, but I love them enough to tell them the truth. That's the thing. Y'all know what I've noticed? I've noticed the people that love Black women the most are the most blunt, direct, no filter. And we are the ones that get demonized, outcasted, shamed. It's like, no, everybody else is lying to you, catering to you, kissing your ass to your detriment. We're doing something different so we can have a different result. Thank you, NFRMRY Media. This is what our people need to hear. We're out of time. Look. And thank you for being a channel member. Appreciate you so much. Thank you, Doc Holla. Black women treat Black men based on what they would do if they were men. Interesting. I would like for you to elaborate on that more, though. I find it to be interesting. Um, Thank you, Jay. I understand why most men keep to themselves. Once you're vulnerable with a woman, she's turned off, or she uses it against you. That's another thing that I feel is important to acknowledge. When men do express their thoughts or their feelings and their emotions, I think it's important for us not to then turn around and use a vulnerable moment that a man may have had with us and throw it in his face and make him feel silly for even sharing that. Because again, you guys, men already are brought up in a way to which they are taught, don't express your emotions. Don't say what you're going through. If something is bothering you or hurting you, just deal with it. Tough through it, you know? And I feel like it's an ultimate slap in the face when a man is going to let his guard down and go against what he was trying to do and express himself. And then all the woman does is say, oh, well, this, just throwing it in his face. So it's important for us not to do that as well, Jay. Yeah, and it is kind of crazy that you mentioned being turned off, Jay, because in some kind of sick, twisted way, a lot of us women are trained to find what's healthy as a turnoff or not masculine. So if a man is going to, again, tell you how he's feeling, tell you what he's going through, being vulnerable, being open, being honest, it's like, oh, he weak, girl. He's so soft, he's so sensitive. But if a man wants to curse you the fuck out and go about expressing himself in a very demeaning way, in a quote unquote toxic masculinity way, it's like, oh girl, he's so strong, and girl, he don't play, and I like, he a strong masculine man. We're taught that. And so in some kind of sick, twisted way, a lot of us Black women do view men that display quote unquote toxic masculinity as turn-ons. And then when Black men are expressing themselves and conducting themselves in healthy manners, it's like, oh, but he's so weak. Which again contributes to more men suppressing more of their feelings and suppressing more of their thoughts. Because again, I don't want to come off as a turn off. So that's also a thing. Thank you, live from NYC. Too many of us Black men haven't learned to have a middle ground. We either stay silent or blow a fuse. Ooh, this is deep. It took me a long time to speak on my feelings without going overboard. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's no middle ground, like you're saying, like NYC. It's either I'm gonna shut the fuck up and deal with it, or I'm gonna hold it in until I blow up. And neither one is good. So you guys do have to learn how to navigate through that. Like, okay, you don't want to suppress it, but you also don't want to neglect it either. You want to be able to acknowledge what you're feeling, what you're going through. But that's a part of us as women being able to be receptive and open to what men have to say, what men are going through, what they are feeling. Because the reason why so many men are bottling things up is because, they're viewed a particular way. And that's something as women we need to change. Or they're just told to shut up. So now it's like, okay, I'm gonna just shut up then, because nobody cares anyway. Nobody gonna listen anyway. Until you get tired of shutting up, then I want to blow up. I really want to acknowledge our role in this as Black women. That's really the biggest issue that I want to address within this dope discussion. Black men are depressed. They're going through so much, and the world in general doesn't give a fuck. That's true. That's facts. But why do we as Black women have to be a helping hand in that? Why do we have to assist in that? Thank you, Terrence. Thank you, Eugene. On another channel, the question was asked, can men show their vulnerability to women? Sis, not only that, you show the world they can with the right woman, but you show women how. Yeah, shut up and listen. It's not hard. It's not difficult at all. The same way that we expect men to just shut up and listen to what we got to say and what we're going through, and don't intervene and don't interject with your own personal shit. You do the same thing. You don't listen to respond. You listen to understand. It's that simple. Thank you, Sigma Tiger. It's a major service to share this word. It's systematic. We salute you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Chris. Sis, the only acceptable emotion for us men is anger, which just feeds into the toxic masculinity notion. It's sad. Facts. And I just touched on that. Tokyo Traveler, thank you. He says, yo, D, for real, showing any vulnerability will be punished by women. I haven't been able to show vulnerability around my mother since I was 8. That's sad. If Black men have it in their minds, in their hearts, that they can't even be vulnerable with their own mothers, can you imagine? Can you imagine how they are dealing with significant others? When, how they're dealing with the opposite sex, whether it's a platonic relationship or whatever. Like, can you imagine the amount of suppression that's going on? Men can't even be vulnerable with their mom. without feeling like, oh yeah, she gonna clown me for this. That's sad. And that speaks volumes to the you guys, that speaks volumes about how much Black women are not supportive of Black men and what they're going through in their feel. Like we just don't give a fuck. Like that shows so much. It exposes so much about us. Like they already deal in a world that don't give a fuck. Why do we not have to give a fuck to? Like, come on. Come on. Well, they don't give a fuck about us. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna turn it around and again make it once again about us. Watch. Just watch. Yeah, but these men, they do this to us and they will. Every time. Every time we cannot just shut the fuck up. Every time. I kid you not, I bet you in the comments it's gonna be a bunch of yeah, but what about? Every time. Never fails. Never fails. Thank you, Lotus. As a man, who can we trust? Them ladies want to cuss. Oh, Lord. Thank you, T Dollar. Thanks for having our interest in mind. Look, you guys, like I am saying, I don't, I'm trying to watch my words. I really am. Because a lot of times I find myself being too real and it can come off as, oh, this bitch throwing shade or this bitch hating. And this bitch trying to make herself be more than what she is. And she thinks she better than us. And she I don't know about other females out here that may be having similar sentiments or expressions as me, but y'all have no idea how invested I am into what the fuck I say, what I do. Unlike a lot of these other females out here, I actually, on a day in and day out basis, have to deal with a Black man. I'm in a marriage with a Black man. So when I come on here saying these things, it's because this shit that affects him affects me. So I genuinely give a fuck. I genuinely care. I genuinely want to call things out so we can fix it. Because when we don't, that shit affects me. I care about the health of my man. Because if his health is not A1, I'm not A1. I care about how my man feels. I care about what he goes through as a Black man because what he goes through directly affects me. I'm the one who has to deal with him being depressed or stressed. I'm the one who has to deal with whatever he's going through as a Black man. Any struggle that the Black man goes through, that directly affects me and my household. Because my husband is a Black man. Are y'all following me? So this is, again, not just a bunch of cute little talking points for me to come on here spewing. No, I live this shit. This shit affects me. Maybe not to the extent of my man. Of course not. I'm not a man. I'm not in his shoes. But nonetheless, I gotta deal with that. When my husband comes home talking about, yeah, black men, we don't get to talk, and black men, we're depressed, and black men, we go through so much, and we're taught this, and we're taught to suppress that, and we can't say shit. And you know, I'm still dealing with that myself because I was raised a particular way. And even though I'm trying to unlearn these things, it's difficult for me to even try to shed certain habits because that affects me. When you have my beautiful black man coming on social media trying to express himself while still acknowledging other people's struggles, and he can't even do that shit. And again, my husband, he would never say this, and maybe it didn't. But in my humble opinion, I feel like that hurt his feelings. I feel like by him coming on and posting this on Facebook and saying, you know, a lot of men are suffering in complete silence. A lot of y'all don't know the half, and we've been trained to keep it that way. And that's the unfortunate part. When my husband come on here saying that, while at first acknowledging the fact that, hey, we understand that sisters, y'all go through shit too. I feel like it absolutely hurt his fucking feelings as a black man for black women to then come behind that post talking about, oh, but get therapy. And oh, we go through a lot of shit too. That affects me. Because then I gotta hear that shit. I gotta hear that shit about black females on social media talking shit about black men expressing themselves. This is why I call that shit out. It affects me. This ain't for no brownie points, bitch. This is my life. When y'all come on here being selfish and entitled, even to somebody else's struggle, that affects me. Because I got to deal with that very black man. The one that you just tried to downplay. Like his experience doesn't matter. That affects me, bitch. Excuse me, y'all. I apologize. Excuse me. I'm sorry. That was uncalled for. That affects me because now my husband's feelings is hurt. Like, damn, like I acknowledge y'all. I'm just saying that this is what we go through too. I don't understand how such a response was made. Then that reinforces the fact that my man feels like black men can't say shit. Again, I have a problem with that. That affects me. And I got to sit down for an hour and a half and allow my man to vent and go off with pain in his eyes and no tears. Because again, he was taught, don't cry. That affects me. This is why I do what I do. It affects us as a whole, black woman, black family. We are black people. What the black man goes through is going to affect you, vice versa. And my husband was even beautiful enough to acknowledge your struggle. And you still did not give a fuck. You didn't give a damn. It was still about you. And these are only two examples. And to me, I feel like this example with my husband will hit home more because, again, he didn't come on here like other black men bashing you. He didn't do that. He didn't say, fuck you and your struggle. I'm a black man. I go through that. He didn't do that. And you still did it to him. This is how it starts, ladies. This is how it starts. It starts with black men coming on saying, yeah, I feel this way. I'm going through that. And I'm going through this. And y'all saying, get the fuck over it. Then men like my husband trying to be fair and balanced and acknowledge your emotion and acknowledge your struggle. This is how they turn into the savages y'all complain about. Let me calm down. Thank you, CJ. Y'all like the video. I'm trying my best to get through these donations. because y'all do not have to send me money. So thank you. And again, I apologize, you guys, if I don't acknowledge your donation or your contribution. It's just that I get so passionate, I may get lost in my thought or my words or whatever the case is. I may miss you. So I do appreciate you. Just know that I do. All right. I don't take it for granted at all. Eugene said it is bad enough that the world don't care about Black men because of the stereotypes, but it's worse when Black women don't care due to the stereotype of masculinity. Right. Oh, they're just some thugs anyway. Kill them, lock them up, strip them of their resources, block them, let them reach a ceiling. They're just Black thugs. They're just Black thug tools. They don't have feelings. Thank you, Terrence. And that couldn't be anything further from the fucking truth. Okay, let me go to the bottom. Oh, Lord. We have no idea the damage that Black men have mentally, emotionally, energetically. We have no idea. And then what makes it even worse, you guys, is the fact that we contribute to that willingly. We have Black women ready and willing to stand up and piss on the struggles of Black men. Proudly. Nobody told you to do it. Nobody incentivized you to do it. You just gonna do it. Because me and my struggle and my feelings. Y'all have no idea the damage you do. Thank you, son. It's hot, Rod. Don't ever be sorry for defending your husband against an out of order biatch. Look, no, I do have to be mindful because you don't want the message to be lost. You know what I'm saying? And the message can absolutely be lost when you become overly hostile, and maybe you may start to say certain things that are wrong, and so I do have to be mindful, but I understand what you're saying though. I don't just want to come on here calling people a bunch of bitches and hoes and all of that shit. Like that can lose the message. So I apologize. Thank you, DJ Torch. However, you should get therapy. Yeah, you should. It makes you stronger and clears your mind. Get professional help. Here's the thing, DJ Torch. I am not against therapy, counseling, anything of that sort. Doing any kind of self-help in any way, shape, or form, I feel like it's good. You know what I mean? As long as it's done in a healthy manner. You're not indulging in any unhealthy habits and stuff like that. But seeking some kind of professional help, I feel like it's healthy and that's wise. My thing is this though, DJ George. When my husband makes a post like the one that he made, let me remove this. And in the comments, you get some therapy. I feel like that's a very dismissive thing to say when somebody is expressing how they're feeling and what they were trained to do growing up that may be unhealthy. So while I'm not against certain suggestions being made, it's the how. It's the energy and motive behind it. And I feel like a lot of people can just start throwing shit out like, oh, get some therapy, in an attempt to shut you up and tell you to get over it and stop voicing your concerns and stop expressing yourself. You don't have a right to. Black women, we can come online all day, every day, complaining about what we go through, what we feel, how we feel, expressing ourselves in the most vulnerable of ways. And let a Black man comment, get some therapy, we're going off. Because again, we understand that's nothing but dismissive energy behind that shit. You didn't say, "Oh yeah, I understand, and yeah, we get that men were taught and trained to be X, Y, and Z, and y'all go through a lot of things." And, I'm going to politely suggest you guys to maybe seek some therapy because I've learned that therapy actually really helps and it works and it helps you to be able to express yourself and get things out in the open. That was not the energy. The energy was very dismissive. Shut the fuck up, nigga, and get some therapy. Save the drama for your mama type energy. Get a diary. Get a journal, nigga. Nobody cares. Say that shit for your therapist. That's the energy. And so while I'm not against or opposed to somebody getting therapy, anything like that, DJ Torch, it's it's the dismissive attitude behind it. It was no further elaboration. It was just like get therapy and shut the fuck up. But nobody let somebody come on here and say black women shut the fuck up and get therapy. We're going to go on. It's going to be war. All right, you guys. Thank you, Dyson. Even if they're divested, they're affected by this. Shoot, even slavery displays this. You know what, Dyson? That was something else my husband was telling me that he read in the book. He was telling me about how um a lot of us don't even understand the impact that slavery had on our mental health. Like nobody even stopped to think about, oh, how is this affecting them? They did studies on everything else, but how is this going to affect them generations to come, or how is this directly affecting them now? They didn't care, and so much of our depression and stuff like that, it could be something that's deeply embedded within our DNA, even. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be sitting down, like, damn, why the fuck am I depressed? And why do I feel this way? And why do I have these emotions? And why do I have these thoughts and stuff like that? And it could be something from your ancestors that was passed down to you. Now, a lot of people be like, oh, that's bullshit and all that. But that's something worth studying and looking further into. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our depression could be genetic shit that we don't even explore. We haven't even explored. Again, it's like, oh, that was so many years ago. Get over it, niggas. Why y'all still trying to use slavery? Like y'all just want to have so many excuses for being broke and being conquered and being this way. But that's facts. You know, we don't ever want to dive deeper into what's really going on with us as a people, let alone our men. We don't give a fuck about the man at all. Thank you, JC's. He says black women need to acknowledge the trauma that black boys suffer from being abused by their mothers and their fathers. Everything needs to be acknowledged. Every voice needs to be fucking heard. That's my whole point. That's my whole point is black men go through a lot of shit too, and all of it needs to be explored. All of it needs to be addressed. Black men get touched. Who talks about that? When black men are children, they are mold tested. And y'all know what we saying. They were great. Who talks about that? Who gives a fuck? A lot of these promiscuous men touched. Who cares? Nobody. Who acknowledges that fact? Nobody. Nah, girl, he just fucking, he's just a freak. He's just nasty. He just a hoe. There's so much trauma that black men just have to suppress and deal with. Nobody cares until y'all start shooting up some shit. Till y'all start breaking shit. till you start going off on social media. And again, I'm not encouraging this at all. Do not be out here doing destructive shit, y'all. Period. But I have to acknowledge the fact that nobody gives a damn until black men start going off on the rampage. Okay, I got some. If I miss anybody, I apologize, y'all. I really do. I really do. Thanks, Patrick. I appreciate you. Society has trained black women to treat black men like we are nothing and we are not needed. Established black men, such as myself, are leaving the country and finding wives across the water. We are fed up. And I don't blame you. I don't blame you, Patrick. I usually, Patrick, a sentiment like that would have pissed me off, but I don't blame you. I see how we treat y'all. We treat y'all like y'all ain't shit every day. And again, I understand that it's not all right. That's the first thing I'm gonna say. Not all of us. Okay, we understand that shit. We get it. I mean, I'm not like that, so obviously not all. However, it's a lot of us black females out here don't give a fuck. We treat black men like they ain't nothing, and you know it. You know it. But thank you so much, Patrick, for your generous donation. And it was facts. And I'm not even mad at you. Go where you're celebrated, not tolerated, right? Go where you're celebrated and not emasculated. Thank you, Gerald. All we want as black men is a space where we can find peace. Battling the world and our women equals completely checked out. And I'm telling y'all that black men, y'all probably don't even know how depressed y'all are. That's how bad it is. It's so bad that black men probably don't even know that they're depressed. You think you just like fucking bitches. You think you just like to smoke. You think you just like to drink. Like my husband said, you think you just like to play video games. You think you just like to eat. You think you just don't feel like doing anything. I just don't feel honest. I just don't have an interest. You're fucking depressed, black man. But you're so used to just dealing with it and suppressing it that it's just normal to you. You don't even think you have a problem. I'm getting ready to ask a question. And you don't have to answer it if you don't want to, black men. But I just really want to ask this so we can really expose some shit real quick. Black men, put a 1 in the chat if you are battling depression. Again, you don't have to answer this if you don't want to. I know this is it's very personal. Thank you, Sigma. Put a 1 in the chat, black man, if you are battling depression. If you care to divulge that kind of information. I know that's extremely personal. Thank you, Dwayne. If I missed anybody, I apologize. But I want to show y'all this. I just want to show y'all this. I want to show y'all this shit. Just look. Look how many beautiful black men are battling depression. And nobody fucking cares. Who cares? And what's crazy, you guys, is the fact. Oh, they're trying to mess with our connection, but we good. Hold on, we're gonna keep thriving. Let me check. I think we getting up there. I don't know why they messing with us, but it's probably too much real shit. Okay. But look at how many Black men are out here battling depression. And hardly ever do you hear anybody talk about it. Me personally, I've never seen any kind of program or anything directly or specifically dedicated to Black men dealing with depression. I've never seen it. I'm sure there are probably things out there, but I've never seen it. And I'm sure that speaks to the fact that a lot of the times it's not widely publicized, it's not widely talked about. So even if it does exist, it's so downplayed and overlooked and swept under the damn rug. Who knows? It's so many Black men out there that are battling such a thing as depression, and they don't even know where to go. They don't even know what to do. Because again, how widely spread is the knowledge to Black men on how to deal with such a thing? Again, they're told to shut up or nigga get therapy. But how many Black men know where to start with that? And this is something else that my husband brought up yesterday when he was, expressing himself to me about Black men and depression. He was like, okay, people are out here saying to get therapy, but it's not that cut and dry, right? Getting a therapist is not that cut and dry. You have to find somebody that you feel you can relate to, you feel that will understand you. And he was like, how many Black men therapists are out there? And that really like shocked me. And that took me aback. Like, damn, that's a good ass solid point. Like, yeah, Black men are told to go out there and find a therapist, but how many therapists are out there that Black men could really feel like would understand them, or they're coming from and really offer them genuine, solid help? How many Black men would feel comfortable enough with telling certain people certain things that they just could not relate to even remotely? So even if you went out there and like, okay, I'm gonna find me a therapist, who is it? An old white man? An old white woman? An old Black woman? A young Black woman? And I'm sure it's plenty of Black male therapists out there, but how many? And how accessible are they? How affordable are they? Like, all of that matters. It's not a lot of people out there that Black men would even be able to relate to or open up to the extent that they would probably need to in therapy, because again, I don't feel like you would understand what I'm talking about. How do I know my therapist won't downplay my emotions or my experience? Because again, the way that society has painted me as a Black man. All of that needs to be configured into the conversation too, before y'all just start talking about go to therapy and leaving it at that. Can you provide some kind of sources, like, oh, go to blackmaletherapist.com, something? A lot of Black men are dealing and battling depression and don't know where the fuck to go, where to start. And even if they do, it's like, yeah, but I don't feel like that would be suitable for me. All of that matters. All of that matters. So men like my husband, they just take it upon themselves to try to learn. Get books, read, study. They're their own fucking therapist. And I feel like that should be commended. It says good topic. Look, I appreciate y'all. Shout out to my husband for inspiring this. He the one who told me to talk about it. As a veteran, thank you, Terrence. I said, as a veteran, I can go to therapy for free. Yet there's not much for civilians, men without money. But ultimately, I don't go because I became my own therapist in this world of jokers. Yeah, unfortunately, black men, you're going to have to be your own savior. But the least that we can do as your woman, as black women, is assist you and support you. That's the least we can do. Thank you, K-pop or K-pack. He says, this is hitting me hard. You saying what others want. Thank you, Danica. My father committed suicide. Thinking no one cared about his inner demons and issues, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me say this to y'all, because I saw a lot of ones in the chat. Let me zoom in. Black man, if you are battling depression in any way, I want you guys to know that as your little big sister, I love you, I support you, and I commend you for fighting through. I also want you guys to know this. I know that it's not easy. I know that you are having to battle against the world to just be acknowledged as a human. I know that. And I want you to know that I respect you. I'm here for you. And most importantly, I want you guys to know that I'm sorry. If nobody else tells you that, I want you to know I'm sorry. I'm sorry, black man. I'm sorry that you have to battle all of this bullshit by yourself with no real support. I'm sorry. If nobody else gonna tell you, I'll tell you. As your little big sister, I'm sorry. Man. Yeah, I'll imagine how many brothers have actually X'd themselves out. Like K-pop's dad because they felt like, who gives a fuck anyway? I won't be missed. This world ain't built for me anyway. How many black men have to die feeling that? And we don't give a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck. Up one less nigga. Thank you, Dyson. Do what you want. Be careful while passporting. And when you said we don't know if you're depressed, that hit me hard. Yeah, a lot of people don't. Here's the thing, you guys. Because black men have had to suffer in silence for so long by themselves and just dealing with it, you guys have made that a lifestyle. right? Here's the thing, Dyson. Depression has become a part of your essence. That's a whole bar. Let it marinate. Black men have been told to shut up and deal with it. Keep working through it so long that depression has become a part of your essence as a man. It's part of your personality now. It's a part of your genetic makeup. That's how deeply rooted and embedded this shit is. To the point where you don't even know. You think this is just me. Depression has become a part of your reflection, Black man. Because so long, you just have to cope with it. You got to deal with it. It's merged. Depression has merged into your soul. And we tell you that's what makes you a man, by being able to deal with that shit. Don't express it. Don't say shit about it. Deal with it. That makes you more masculine. We've taught you to be toxic. That's the catch to it all. We've taught y'all to be toxic. We said that makes you manly. Then we complain. When everything comes out and everything turns around and it comes back to bite us in the ass, now we got a problem. But you taught them this. You trained them this way. You embedded this. You encouraged this. How dare you be mad when you have groups of Black men coming together, voicing their concerns and their opinions and their thoughts and their feelings? How dare you? Especially when they're doing it angrily and aggressively and with hostility. Bitch, shut up. You did that. You created that monster. Because for so long you told him, shut up, deal with it. When he was trying to express himself so that he did not become depressed by getting that shit out in the open, you told him he was weak. He was soft. He was sensitive. You talk too much. You complain too much. Why are you so sad? Get over it. I go through this. Now it come out blazing. And you want to cower in the corner and point your finger and say, oh, Black men are just so toxic. I wanted to come on here with this dope discussion to bring a very important matter up to the forefront. And that very important matter is depressed Black men. Y'all struggle too. Y'all go through shit too. And it's about time that we acknowledge that and allow y'all to voice that. I come on here to be the voice for the women. To say enough is a fucking enough. It's time for us to play our role. And in this instance, our role is be quiet, listen. Black men should not have to suffer in silence. We don't. We will refuse to. See, Black women, when we feel like people are trying to suppress us, we get out with our megaphones. Oh no, Black women, we're boycotting this and we won't tolerate that lie. We won't stand for this. Black men, when people start to suppress them, because they are so programmed and wired to just deal with it, they don't get no megaphone. They're just like, yeah, this is part of life. No, Black man, get your megaphone. Keep talking. Open up programs. Open up whatever you need to do in order to get more Black men to be able to express themselves and get healthy. Because that's what this ultimately boils down to, your health. Mental health has a direct effect on your physical health and everything else. I just want to see that out y'all way. Let's get out of the black man's way and support, acknowledge, and I can already hear y'all. But what about us? They don't do this and they don't do that. Shut the fuck up. Let's start right here today with being quiet and listening. Let's start there first before we start talking about, yeah, but they don't do this and they don't. Let's start there first. Because we've been able to talk and run our mouth for too damn long, ladies. Let them speak. Let them express. And hopefully I can encourage other women out there to parrot these same sentiments. So again, it can become the new norm. You can normalize this shit. Because right now, it's like, nah, black men don't have no struggle. And if they do, it ain't worse than mine. And we're killing the men that we give birth to. We're killing the men that we come from. And don't even know it. Or you just don't give a fuck. Y'all, I'm gonna get up off of here. I gotta make some store runs. But I have to come on here and say this. I know it was a long, dope discussion, but I felt like it was important and necessary. Like I said, I really wanted my husband to come on here as a black man and express himself. But again, he had to shut up and work, right? He had to get down and go to work. It doesn't matter what he's going through, how he's feeling at this current time. He got to go to work. So I appreciate y'all. I hope I was able to do y'all some justice, fellas, and at least speak out, speak up, for y'all in the absence of having a black man to actually do it. Like I said, I preferred my husband to come on here and do it, but he was like, I gotta work. So hopefully I was able to vocalize a lot of the things that you guys have been feeling. And I want you guys, again, to get in the habit of expressing yourself more. Again, coming up with your own groups, building your own platforms, everything, so that men can have an outlet, so that men can have somewhere to congregate and build and learn and evolve together, because unfortunately, you guys really don't have that outside of yourselves. So in a lot of instances, you do have to save yourself. And I want you guys to know that I'm in support of that. And I encourage that because, again, what affects y'all affects me. I give a fuck. I care. And most importantly, I love y'all. I respect y'all. And I want the best for you. I really do. Right? Because when you have the best, I get the best. When you feel good, I feel good. Because again, I'm in the relationship. I'm in the marriage with a black man. I'm in the black community. I'm in the black family. So everything is a domino effect. I'm not outside of you. You're not outside of me. We are each other's reflection. And so I have to come on here and say these things. Again, not cute talking points. Not something to go viral or get a cash app or a super chat. I genuinely mean this shit. Before I got $1 for any of it, I've been saying this shit. Because I live this shit. And again, what affects you affects me. I love y'all. Much love and peace. I thank you guys so much. If I missed your donation, I apologize. But just know I don't take it for granted at all. Thank you so much, Prince. Please keep up the good work. I will. But I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next dope discussion. Much love, Nick Marie. We're out. And in the comment section, you guys, because again, men need men to look up to. Men need men to follow. In the comment section below, once this video is done, can you guys, tell your brothers what you guys are doing to battle depression or just whatever. Just give them some tips and tricks, because that's what's needed. We have to start making this stuff normal. It's not something that you should be ashamed of. If you're battling depression or you're going through things, you're feeling certain things, you're hurt, you're in pain, that should be known for you guys to be able to express that. So please, guys, give your brothers tips and tricks on what to do. what platforms to go to, whatever the case is, to really help them along the way of this life journey. Okay. But I love y'all. I'll see y'all later. Tanika Marie, much love and peace.